A night after a 9-run loss, the Braves turned the tables on the Padres with a 9-run win, setting up the rubber game today. After 29 relief appearances, lefty Corey Luebke makes his first start of the season and the 4th of his big league career. On a military Sunday, we want her on that wall. We need her on that wall. The marine layer has melted away. It is a gorgeous Sunday afternoon at Petco Park for the rubber game of the 3-game series between the Atlanta Braves and the San Diego Padres. We welcome you and Mark Neely with the Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn. Tony, when spring training broke, Bud Black says, Corey Luebke is one of my best 12 pitchers. We have to have him. He began the season in the bullpen, and it seems like it was just a matter of time before he would wind up back in the rotation.
Yeah, and, today's that day, and, Corey Luebke came in the other day against the Red Sox, and, he showed that, Buddy's always thought of him as being a starter anyway, and you knew that sooner or later he was going to get to the point where he was going to get an opportunity, and today's that opportunity. And it's going to be his 4th career start. You see his numbers. He's 1-1 with 1 no decision. And I just feel like as they move forward, here's a guy who's going to have an impact on that rotation. And so, today's the first day. Obviously, you're going to kind of watch the number of pitches that he throws today, but he's got good enough stuff to be a very successful starter at this level.
Yeah, he threw 50 pitches in that outing at Boston, and Bud says they'd hope to get 60 to 70 around that area from him today. Let's take a look at the complete pitching matchup for this one. 35-year-old Tim Hudson going for Atlanta. He is 5-0 in his career against the Padres, and Corey Luebke makes his first start since September 13th of last year. That's the pitching matchup brought to you by Discount Tire, where America saves on tires. The Padres go for their 4th win in their last 5 games. The rubber game with Atlanta, and the first pitch is straight ahead. Finale of this series between the Braves and the Padres, and being that it is a military Sunday, Padres will be taking the field in just a moment, and already on the field, Staff Sergeant Williamson, Staff Sergeant Choate, Sergeant Santos, McGee's, Fields, Patty, Carter, Walkie, just some of the names. And we honor the gentlemen on the field as the Padres take the field in their camos for this Sunday day game. And Corey Luebke make his first start of this season and 4th of his major league career. Let's look at the lineup that he will face for the Braves, brought to you by the Prize Patrol, presented by Jerome's Furniture. Text winning to 269-411 to enter. Chipper Jones had a couple more RBIs last night to add to his recent total against the Padres. You have Freeman, the rookie, in the cleanup spot at first base. So even with a lefty on the mound, Tony, Freddie Gonzalez not shy to leave a lot of left-handed bats at the top of the order.
Yeah, and especially guys he knows he needs to get going. Hayward, Freeman, Ugla, guys that have kind of struggled early. Now they're getting a chance to kind of get their games together. Freeman has picked it up. Ugla had a big night last night, so he's hoping to get those bats going, and the fact that there's a left-handed starter going is not going to change his thinking at all.
One name not in the lineup is McCann. The catcher for the Braves gets the day off the starting lineup. The Padres starting pitching profile is brought to you by your San Diego County Cadillac dealer. Stop in today for an attractive lease or purchase offer.
You see Corey's numbers there all as a reliever this year. Good numbers. Opponent's only hitting $183. And, today going into the starting rotation and being a starter today, obviously they're going to watch him closely and watch the number of pitches, but he's going to come at him with the fastball, slider, and a change. And the key for him will be working ahead like it is for every starting pitcher. If he can come out and throw strikes and work ahead, hopefully the job for him today will be a little bit easier by throwing strikes.
His last appearance came at Boston. Threw well, but did take the loss in relief. The Padre defense brought to you by Big O Tires, the team you trust. Call 1-800-NEW-TIRE. Denorfia getting the start in left field. Venable and right, and Maben in center. And Chase Headley, after missing the last couple of games with a shoulder issue, is back in the lineup for San Diego. So Chase, this will be his 76th game, which leads the Padre roster in most games played this season. Game number 79 overall on the season for both these clubs, and we are underway from Petco Park. Wave and a miss. And it's quickly 0-2 on Jordan Schaefer. You were saying, get ahead.
Yeah, get ahead, and that's what he's done.
72 degrees and sunny at game time. His 94-mile-per-hour fastball up high. Strike three call on the outside corner. Right back to the fastball, and Schaefer out looking to begin this game.
Well, it came right at him. Fastball on the outside corner. 93 miles per hour on the outside corner. Schaefer really looked surprised to get the fastball there. But
in steps the right fielder, Jason Hayward. Of the top four in the order, three are straight left-handed hitters with one switch hitter, that being Chipper Jones. He's batting in the 3 spot. Hayward rips one down the line in right, foul. Well, Hayward had a couple of doubles in last night's game, and one of them landed about 15 feet to the left of where that one did.
Yeah. Here got a breaking ball that kind of hung on the inner half of the plate, and Hayward was not fooled. He was right on it. Looked at just a little bit too much foul.
Lukey, though, ahead in the count, 0-2. Back-to-back strikeouts to begin the game, both looking. Gets Schaefer, and now he gets Hayward.
Yeah, got ahead in the count. Fastball on the outside corner. 93 miles an hour, paint. Maybe first two guys maybe looking for a breaking ball for him to waste a breaking ball in that situation, but he came right at him on the outside corner.
Chipper at 265. First pitch swinging. Foul tip, strike one. Jones with 2 hits last night, including a double. 3 hits in the series, and off the end of the bat fouls that, and Lukey ahead 0-2.
You couldn't have scripted any better. That's exactly what you want to do. Get ahead. And he's gotten ahead of all 3 hitters so far, and And from here, you can go a bunch of different ways. You can throw a breaking ball. You can make them see if they'll chase.
Corey Lukey, in his first start of the season, strikes out the side in the first. All three looking. Schaefer led off the game. Frozen. Hayward, ditto. Jones, a trio. Bottom of the first, Padres come up. Let's look at the San Diego lineup presented by Ashford University's Homers for Heroes. If any Padre in today's lineup hits a home run, Ashford will donate $2,500 to Operation Homefront. Venable leads off. Bartlett, Hudson, Headley batting cleanup. Rizzo, Denorfia batting seventh. Cam Maben, who has very good career numbers in 12 at-bats against Tim Hudson. And Phillips getting the start behind the plate. Outside to Will. Starting pitching profile brought to you by Bank of America, setting opportunity in motion in San Diego to help our community and economy.
You see the number 6-6 record really doesn't indicate how well he's pitched. Opponent's only hitting 229.
Popped up by Venable on the left side of the infield. The shortstop Gonzalez just onto the infield grass to make the catch. Here's the defense behind Hudson today, brought to you by North County GMC, a Southern California tradition for over 20 years. Braves 9th in the National League in fielding percentage at .984. McLeod, Schaefer, Hayward in the outfield. Freeman and Jones on the corners. Ugla and Gonzalez up the middle. And they have McCann on the bench to start this game. David Ross catching. Bartlett takes a strike on the inside corner. 1 for 8 in this series. Hudson misses low. Tim Hudson last year in daytime games was 7-0 with a 2.17 ERA. This year he's made 4 daytime starts and he's 2-0 with an ERA of 1.88. So this guy hasn't lost under the sunlight in a while. And that's a liner into left. And Bartlett with a 1-out single.
Hudson tried to come in, looked like a sinker that got up. Wanted that ball away and it ran up and in, and Bartlett's right on it, lines it into left field for a base hit.
And Bartlett aboard. Well, I mentioned the daytime numbers the last couple of years, Tony, and you and I have talked in the past. You said you preferred hitting at night.
Yeah.
A big difference for Hudson? Any reason, Arsenal-wise, why he would be so effective in the day?
I think, he's a sinker baller, and when he's good, he's down in the zone.
Right away, there goes Bartlett, wave and a miss. And they immediately test David Ross. And Bartlett steals his team-leading 15th bag of the season.
He wasted no time. He's got a pretty good jump. And it looks like it's a straight steal. He never looked in. He beats the throw to second base, so gets himself in the scoring position. But back to your question, Hudson's sinker baller is not as overpowering as he used to be before.
And there he goes for third, and this time he's out. Well, Bartlett stole second on the first pitch, but on the second pitch, David Ross throws him out trying to swipe third.
See, he's bouncing off, and actually he got a pretty good jump. But you see, Ross did a great job with the throw, puts it right on the bag. Bartlett slides right into the glove.
Well, look at it. Looked like Chipper's glove had almost gone by on the first swipe, and then he was having to bring it back. So Bartlett, after his 15th steal, was caught stealing for a 4th time this year. Bases are empty. And a 1-2 count on Hudson.
Bartlett, he bounced off a second base as if Hudson wasn't paying much attention. Now, I thought he got a pretty good jump, but I say third base easier to steal than second, but he got a great jump right there and still got thrown out. Let's take a look at that again. Watch him. He's bouncing. He sees Hudson looking. He bounces off, and really he does a lot of things right there except beat the throw to third base.
Two count on Hudson. He's 1 for 7 in the series. Off the outside corner and a full count.
You see the movement there with Hudson's pitches. When he's down in the zone, he can run that ball away from you and then turn it around and throw you the slider down and in if you're a left-hand hitter like Hudson is.
Softly to the right side. Ugla has to hurry, but beats him by a step. So a base hit by Bartlett. 1 successful steal, 1 unsuccessful. And Hudson faces the minimum 3 hitters in the first. Second. Our Skycam shot brought to you by Hughes Marino, because where you do business matters. What a gorgeous day, and what a gorgeous beginning for Lukey, striking out the side, all 3 looking in the first, and promptly gets ahead of Freddie Freeman. Framed by Phillips.
Nice job, Roy Phillips. He just setting up and saying, hey, hit my glove.
Up and a miss by Freeman. Here's the second pitch of the sequence, the previous delivery. Hit the mitt.
Yeah, he did. Phillips tried to bring it up just a little bit to see if he could get the call.
Towards short, backing up on it. Bartlett gathers, throws, and gets him. The ball almost ate Bartlett up.
Again, we talked about Freddie Freeman handling left-handers. He stayed back on that breaking ball pretty good, and the ball bounced up on Bartlett, who made a nice play to throw him out at first.
Second baseman Dan Ugla went deep late in last night's game, his 11th of the year. Wound up with a 4 RBI night. And he launches one to center. Cameron Maben, though, drifting to his left. 2 outs. Padres did make a transaction, a couple of them today. They sent Evan Scribner to AAA Tucson, and Anthony Bass is back, recalled from AA San Antonio, and he is here in uniform and on the active roster today. Padres have pulled a couple of guys from the AA squad this year.
Yeah.
Josh Spence, also another recently. There's Bass in uni for this Sunday game. Second time around for Anthony.
You know, the old axiom is if you can play in AA, you can play in the big leagues. So you can't be afraid to bring those guys up from AA.
Ross backing away, takes a strike. I keep hearing, Tony, that AA is more the developmental league than AAA these days.
Yeah, yeah. You know, a lot of your prospects are in AA more so than AAA, I would say.
That's kind of where you separate the men from the boys, so to speak, don't you, AA?
Yeah. And if you're a successful player in AA, chances are you're going to be a successful player at the major league level too. So
Ross swings and misses at the 92-mile-per-hour Lupke fastball.
Lupke's just coming right at the Atlanta Braves right now, not hesitating, throwing his fastball.
He gets his 4th strikeout. They've all been looking, and he sets the side down in order once again. Well, he needed only 10 pitches in the first. He uses 11 in the second. Nice beginning for Lupke. Chase Headley leads off the San Diego second in a scoreless game. First pitch sinks low from Tim Hudson. Headley, Rizzo, and Denorfia up for the Padres. San Diego owns the game's only hit to this point, a Bartlett single. He's Headley hitting .277 left-handed. He is up to .349 now right-handed.
Yeah, usually for him it's the other way. Usually he gets so many more at bats left-handed. He's better left-handed.
There's the count in his favor, a 3-0. Low ball 4, and Hudson issues a leadoff walk. Hudson, his last 5 starts, has walked a total of 3 in his last 28 innings, so rare to see him issue 1 on 4 straight.
That last night with Jurgens too.
Right.
You know, he's not known for walking guys. He usually comes right at him, and Hudson's the same way.
Jurgens walked 4 last night, though he did get the win. Anthony Rizzo fouls it off the catcher, David Ross. I mentioned the transaction wire with Bass taking the spot of Scribner on the active roster. One other minor note. Padres without their hitting coach today, Randy Reddy. He went east for his son Andrew's wedding and will be back tomorrow. Can't miss family weddings,
no.
Especially when it's your son's.
No.
That's outside. Usually, though, folks who live in the baseball world ask their immediate family members to keep those major events out of baseball season.
Try to.
But sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Check on Headley, who has swiped 8, been caught only once.
Yeah, my son was born the day after the season ended in 1982.
Nice timing. You released it right down
Perfect.
to the day, huh?
Yeah, the next day.
1-1 pitch, and Rizzo, did he go? Third base umpire Kerwin Danley says he didn't. Did he? Ooh. Very close.
They always look like they went, but I think the intent was not there to try to hit that.
There's a pitcher watching an Alpine right now that says he went around right there.
Of course. Probably a number of ex-pitchers sitting at home watching said, oh, yeah, he went.
We bring the hitter's perspective for you from the booth. The 2-2 to Rizzo. And a high drive left center field. McLouth back pedal. 1 out. Here's the left fielder, Kristen Orfia. Dino getting the start today. His only previous appearance in the series was as a pinch hitter late last night when he walked and stayed in defensively. Soft toss by Hudson. Braves come in having won 5 of their last 6. They're 44-34, 10 games over, 4 games behind the Phillies in the East. Padres at 12 under, 33-45, 10.5 behind the Giants. And Jed Hoyer has said it repeatedly in recent days. Hey, before we can talk about challenging for the division, we got to get to 500 first. That's goal number 1.
You know, and as a team, you say, okay, how do we get back to 500? Well, you get there by doing things right, pitching.
Low strike.
Making plays on defense and timely hitting.
Well, the first 2 games of this series have been very tight until the middle innings, and each team has found a way to blow it open late. Reaching. Wave and a miss by Denorfia. Padres with a 9-run win Friday night, 11-2, and last night a 9-run Braves win, 10-1. 1-2 pitch to Dino. And a bouncy ball left side. Gonzalez. Everybody safe. Some trouble getting the handle of that one. And the error on Gonzalez is 7th of the season.
Top spin on this ball, and you see Gonzalez got that at the midsection, and by the time he gets the grip on it again, Headley's already at the bag.
It's very similar to the play that Bartlett made in the top of the inning when he got one in the midsection, but was able to keep the handle on it. So 2 on, 1 out for center fielder Cameron Maben. Nice pickup by Ross there.
Nice job by Ross. That had wild pitch written all over it. Padres are going to get both guys in the scoring position, and Ross with a nice backhand pickup here.
Well, the Braves catching tandem, you know, McCann's an all-star, but they don't lose a whole lot with David Ross behind the plate. He's hitting well over 300 this year and making plays like that.
Yep.
It's down low to Maben.
I talked before, Hudson's a sinker baller, so you're going to get some balls in the dirt. And much like when you're facing Derek Lowe, you want to try to force him to get the ball up, elevate it a little bit.
Strike on that inside corner, the high inside corner.
And it's hard when you're a hitter and you're thinking something down in the zone and he comes up. He does elevate one, and it's got a nice run to it. Pretty good pitch.
And he paints the outside low corner.
And for Cameron Maben, you're standing there saying, well, if the last one was a strike. It's knee-high cheddar on the outside corner.
Two-two pitch. Reaching, he spoils it, fouls it away right side.
After getting a fastball in the outside corner, he's just trying to protect the plate there. Did exactly what he was trying to do, foul it off to get something a little bit better.
Here's the 2-2 again to Camp. Line into right. Headley will be held at third. The throw comes in from Hayward. And he went right to home plate. Looks like Glenn Hoffman made the right call there. The bases will be loaded.
Nice job of hitting here by Cameron Maben. Again, little sinker, got it up. Doesn't try to pull it, goes the other way with it, hits it hard. See Hayward up with it in a hurry and makes a strong throw to the plate.
So they're loaded with Headley the lead runner, Denorfia at second, and Maben at first, with catcher Kyle Phillips at the plate. Back to the hill. Hudson spins, gets the out at home, and to first, the 1-2-3 double play ends the threat. Well, the Atlanta defense, which turned 3 double plays last night, turns one here to get out of trouble in the second. July 17th at 105. It's Military Appreciation Day with military T-shirts for the kids, presented by Northrop Grumman. Kids 14 and younger take home a new Padre T-shirt and run the bases after that game. Don't wait. Visit Padres.com today and pick up your tickets. Military Sundays, so the Marine recruits are here, taking in a ball game on a beautiful Sunday. Bottom three up for Atlanta, and first pitch swinging. Alex Gonzalez fouls it in to the second deck. Short right near the line, and Venable. Corey Luebke has cruised through the first 7 hitters of the game on 23 pitches. 18 of those strikes.
And working ahead beautifully so far. For your first start, this is exactly how you like it to go. You're throwing strikes, you're not throwing a whole lot of pitches, you're working ahead, getting outs.
Yeah, great ratio. 23 pitches through 7 hitters, and he's up and in with the first one to McLouth. Right center field. Maben was cheating in the other way, and that drops in and goes all the way to the fence. McLouth standing at second with a double. He had 2 doubles last night, and adds another one for the first Braves hit of this game. Maben was playing him to go the opposite way, and he pulled that to right center.
You see, Phillips wanted that ball away, and he got it more in the middle of the plate. Maben unable to run that thing down. McLouth is in the second base with his 11th double.
Well, there's Tim Hudson. Don't be fooled by his .071 batting average this year. He fouls it back. He homered in his last start. He came in interleague play against Toronto. This is on June 20th. Hit it off Ricky Romero of the Jays.
Oh, nice little bat flip there, too.
Went deep.
Don't be fooled. He was an all-conference pitcher hitter for, I think he went to Auburn.
Yeah, that's right. You got a curtain call there from his home fans. We told Hudson they timed him around the bases on the home run trout, and it was about a half a minute, 30 seconds. He was enjoying every moment of that. And who can blame him?
Yeah, you can't blame him, but again, it's interleague, so got to get up there and swing the bat. And I know they don't like it to happen when they're pitching.
Yeah, the interleague play, Toronto at Atlanta, so being at the NL City, of course, ODH pitchers hitting, and Hudson goes yard. He's got the count in his favor here, the 2-1. Corey seems very confident with that fastball today.
Absolutely, yeah. He hadn't thrown right-hand hitters that he's faced many breaking balls. He pretty much come right at him with fastballs.
Foul back and out of play. Luebke's fastball, the last one, clocked at 94.
He's had good life on the fastball. Breaking balls that he's thrown to the lefties, he's done a nice job with that too.
Hudson staying alive and making his counterpart work here. Luebke threw 10 pitches in the first, 11 in the second. He's at 10 pitches so far in the third. McLouth with the 1-out double. Here's the 2-2. Ooh. Everybody anticipating the strike 3 call there and didn't get it.
That's a real good pitch right there. And it might be in, but he hits the glove dead center, and Phillips must have been in off the plate.
And he walks the pitcher. They're not getting the strike 3 call on 2-2, and he walks his first hitter of the game, and it's 2 on 1 out for the top of the Atlanta order. Jordan Schaefer, the center fielder, was called out on strikes to begin the game. Ball 1, darts outside. One close call that doesn't go your way really changes the complexion of this inning.
Yeah. Especially against the pitcher, the opposing pitcher.
Now he's up high 2-0, and with the sudden command issues the last 3 or 4 pitches, it'll bring out Bud Black. We don't usually see Buddy do this. It's normally a Darren Balsley.
Yeah, and this is probably a conversation about that pitch. You know, 2-2, you make a good pitch, you don't get the call, you got to turn the page and focus on the next one. You can't let that one pitch affect how you go about trying to get guys out. And since that pitch, he's thrown 3 straight balls, and Buddy's, I'm sure, having that conversation and waiting for the umpire to come out there so he can tell him that he thinks, hey, that might have been a strike. And was it in off the plate? And usually when there's a close call like that, the pitching coach, the manager, they have a little sign that they can look at the catcher, and the catcher will let them know if they thought it was a ball or a strike. And so when it warrants that kind of conversation like that, normally that's when they wait for the umpire to come out there so they can let him know.
There's a strike at the knees. Being that Bud is the only former pitcher that's a major league manager, he able to come out and impart some of his wisdom. And that one on Schaefer, 2 balls and a strike. 2-0 to 2-2.
Schaefer's been late on the fastball off Lukey. That one, he goes up in the zone, challenges him up in the zone. You see that ball is by him already.
Try to go right back up there?
That's what I would do. He hadn't shown me he can handle his fastball yet.
Lukey set down the first 7 Atlanta hitters of the game, and McLeod doubled. He walked Hudson on a 3-2 pitch, and now a 2-2 to Jordan Schaefer. Another one that didn't miss by much. And a look at track says it was outside.
And again, you get fooled because he's hitting. Phillips is doing a nice job of framing that ball, and it looked like he was off the plate. Pitch track says it was off the plate.
Runner's not going, and it's fouled away. Lukey has already had to throw 18 pitches in this inning. Threw only 21 through the first 2 innings. Schaefer sends it to left center field. Maben coasting in. 2 outs. Went up on him again.
He did, and he was late again. And when it left the bat, it looked like it might have a chance just to, drop one in there, but Maben closing ground on that ball quickly. See that ball's up in the zone. It gets in on him. He bloops it in there, and Cameron Maben just closes ground with those long strides. Gets to it easily.
So 2 on, 2 outs for the right fielder, Jason Hayward. And ball 1 is low. Hayward 4 out of 10 in this series. He scored 3 runs. Picked up a couple of doubles last night and scored twice. To left, Denorfia. Lukey gets out of it. It was 2 on, 1 out. Braves get their first hit and Strand their first 2. You do business matters. And by Cox High-Speed Internet. Power all your devices with the fastest internet in San Diego. Glad you could join us on this terrific Sunday. Mark Neely with Tony Gwynn and our Channel 4 crew. A scoreless game in this rubber game of the 3-game series moves to the bottom of the 3rd. Bud Black came out after Lukey had allowed 2 hitters in a row to reach and fell behind Schaefer, and from that point on it seemed like Corey Lukey was refocused.
Yeah, and back throwing strikes again. Got into a little bit of a jam, but got out of it.
And the aforementioned Corey Lukey leads off. He's a left-handed thrower, but a right-handed hitter. You see the career numbers. He is 0 for 5 this year with 4 strikeouts. At some point, Corey Lukey is going to get his first major league hit. Are we there yet? He's in the hole 0-2.
Got to swing the bat to get a hit. Hudson, a couple of fastballs on the outside corner.
And a strikeout is the first of the game for Tim Hudson. Tim Hudson last year was the National League Comeback Player of the Year. It was his first full season since 2007. You may recall he had the Tommy John surgery in September, actually August of 08. He did not return until late in the 09 season. Won 17 games last year for Atlanta, 17-9 with a 2.83 ERA, and made 34 starts. He will turn 36 in a little less than a month. Venable fouls it. Oh, everybody remembers the big 3 in Oakland of Mulder, Zito, and Hudson. They all eventually got traded out of Oakland, and really the deal that worked out best for the team receiving Atlanta, because Mulder went to St. Louis and dealt with a lot of injuries. Zito has not had that same type of success across the Bay in San Francisco. Right side and through the hole. Venable with a base hit to right.
Again, ball elevated in the middle of the plate, pulls it in the hole past diving Freddie Freeman for the base hit.
Jason Bartlett singled in the first, stole second, but was caught trying to swipe third. Strike on the outer part.
You could bet Venable's going to be looking to try to get a jump.
And draws the throw from Hudson and has to dive back. Tim Hudson has never had a losing season in his pro career. That includes his minor league days. He's won 20 games one time. In fact, that was his first full season back in 2000 with Oakland. Will leaning a bit, able to get back. Bartlett down the right field side, but it is slicing foul. One on, one out, and 0-2 count on Bartlett in this scoreless game. Tim Hudson last year was first in the major leagues in ground ball percentage. 75% of the time hitters put the ball on the ground against him last year.
Yeah, I can totally understand that, and that's because usually he keeps the ball down.
There's a ground ball left side. Jones tossed to second for one. The first will not be in time. Venable, the lead runner, is forced. Chipper made a throw as if to say, hey, I'm going to make sure I get that lead runner, because it wasn't hit all that hard. He had to go to his left.
And he would have been harder for him to set his feet and try to make a throw to first. Instead, he threw off balance to second and was able to get the lead runner Venable.
So Orlando Hudson, the hitter, 0 for 1 today with a ground out to second. The split in there for a strike. Hudson has hit very well since coming off the disabled list, including hitting his first Padres home run in Boston.
You were talking earlier about the big three, Zito, Hudson, and Mulder, and they each had their own little pitch that they got a lot of hitters out. With Hudson, it was that split finger.
The Zito curveball.
Big overhand curveball. And Mulder was a combination of both. He had a good overpowering fastball and a good overhand curveball. But when those three guys were with the Oakland A's, boy, you just every night was facing one of these young guns, and they were really good at their craft.
Well, there was the book Moneyball, which really laid out their keys to success, or what they tried to sell as their keys, with offensive hitters looking at on-base percentage and all. But I looked at it and said, hey, you know what made the A's successful? It was drafting college pitching.
Yeah, I agree.
It was Hudson, Zito, Mulder, all out of college. It's down in the dirt, 3-1.
And those guys came up. They were very composed for young pitchers, and it looked like they competed against each other to try to get better. And they were winning divisions. They were going to the playoffs every year. They couldn't quite get it done once they got to the playoffs, but their formula to get there, no question, the pitching was a big part of it.
There goes the runner Bartlett, and a fly down the left field side will go foul. You don't hear quite as much about the Moneyball formula, though they do talk about on-base percentage as a stat more frequently these days.
Yeah.
But for the most part, that formula, Billy Beans have to move on to other things.
Kind of had to adapt. It's a different game. It's not the same game that was being played back in the early 90s, early to middle 90s.
Strike three call. Hudson out looking. Second strikeout of the inning for Hudson. A hit and a man left on in the Padres' third. It's scoreless after 3. It is time for today's trivia question, brought to you by AT&T Wireless. We've been talking about Tim Hudson. Our question today involves Tim Hudson making his Major League debut. It came against which team? The hint that I'll give you is that it came in 1999 is when he made his big league debut. Lukey saw his pitch count double in the last inning. He threw the same number of pitches in the third that he had thrown in the first and second combined, and that would be 21, giving him a total of 42, but he's ahead of Jones. Chipper called out on strikes in the first. In fact, all 3 Atlanta hitters were to begin this game. Towards the middle and to his left, Bartlett. One out in the Atlanta fourth.
He's still getting ahead of hitters and making good pitches. Pitch count is down.
Which is important for him to go as deep as he can in this game. He threw 50 pitches in his last outing in relief against Boston, and the target is around 60 to 70, maybe 75 in this game, so we'll see. And as Bud Black likes to always say, hey, it depends on what happens during that stretch. If he throws, say, 46 pitches like he has now, but if he had to throw 30 of them in one inning, it changes how they look at that total number. Leaving it missed by Freeman, and it's 0-2.
Really, the only stressful pitches he's had to make were in the last half inning. The last inning, in the third inning, top of the third. First and second, and 1 out.
High fly to center. Cameron Maben right there. 2 away. So Lupke just a couple of pitches shy of 50 with 2 outs here in the fourth. And he'll face Dan Uggla with the bases empty. Uggla fly to center in the second inning. He hit one over the center field fence late in last night's game. Breaking ball, the curve is outside. Braves head to Seattle after this game. Padres back to interleague play as well, as they will host the Kansas City Royals for 3 beginning tomorrow night. Three and one. Even though they're facing the Royals tomorrow, the Padres will see a familiar face on the mound. From an opposition standpoint, Jeff Francis, former Rocky, is going to throw the first game. And he'll face off against Matt Latos. And leaves play, and it's a full count. Base is empty, 2 outs, and a Lukey 3-2 offering to Dan Uggla. Goes up after it and tomahawks it to left center field. Maben just gallops over in the alley and makes the catch. 5 in a row retired by Lukey since he walked Hudson. Still scoreless at the midpoint of the 4th. At the ball game today, the Delta Company, 1st Recruit Training Battalion, Marines, and DIs. We salute you. Henley leading off the San Diego 4th. No runs, 3 hits for the Padres. No runs, 1 hit, 1 Atlanta error.
Headley set out the last couple of games with the shoulder problem, and I was interested in seeing what would happen on that, if he got a ball up in his own. And he looks fine. He fouled it straight back. Looks fine.
Strike on the outside corner, according to Victor Carapazza, our plate umpire. Chase walked in the 2nd. Leads off the Padre 4th, but behind in the count, and now asks for time. That Headley on one near that high inside corner tied him up with the fastball, and the strikeout is the 3rd for Tim Hudson.
Went up the ladder on in the challenges. Able to throw it by.
We've discussed how Tim Hudson is a ground ball pitcher, one of the few Padre hitters to actually elevate one in this game is Rizzo, who flied to left his first time up and hits one hard and foul that skips into the seats.
It's been interesting watching Anthony Rizzo, his development here, and watching him, how he's growing as a hitter and what to look for and how they're pitching him, and he's making okay adjustments. See, that's one of those pitches that you just don't see very often from a right-handed pitcher, is that slider down and in, and he gives you that same arm action as he would with his fastball.
Oh, not sure where that one missed.
Went with the two-seamer in. And after swinging and missing at that slider, to back it up with that last pitch, a lot of times you're going to freeze a young hitter, which he did.
And he gets Rizzo looking. He's the rookie shaking his head. That's 3 consecutive strikeouts now for Hudson.
Came right back with that two-seamer, and David Ross catch it right in the center of his glove. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a strike. It looked from overhead as if it was in. But a lot of times when you're working that strike zone and you're locating like Lukey's done, like Hudson's done so far in this game, you hit the center of the glove, you're going to get that call.
Strike 1 to DeNorfia on a first pitch slider. Reached on an error by the shortstop Gonzalez in the second. Right up the middle and into center field. DeNorfia just kind of guided that one back through the middle. 2-out base hit. Hey, let's answer tonight's trivia question. Today's trivia question brought to you by AT&T Wireless. Tim Hudson made his big league debut against which team? And it came in interleague play, June 8th of '99 against the Padres. Of course, he was a member of the Oakland A's at that point. He struck out a season-high 11 Padres in just 5 innings. Of course, it was a season-high since it was his first ever big league game. Padres did win that game 5-3. The 11 strikeouts set the Oakland record for strikeouts in a major league debut.
I was going to say that, but I don't think I was. I think I was hurt at that time, and I remember watching him pitch that day, but not facing him that day. So,
do you remember many of your recollections?
I remember facing him plenty of times in spring training. I don't remember facing him during the regular season, because everything's from the same arm angle. Is usually down. He really doesn't, at least against me in spring training, he really never went up in the zone.
Swing and a miss by Hudson at that slider. Here goes the runner, and he strikes out to end the inning. By the way, we looked at the box score. Mike Darr, the late Mike Darr, filled in for you that game. You were hurt when Hudson made his debut. We have finished 4 here at Petco Park. Good game recap brought to you by Murray Lampert Construction, home remodeling with no upfront design fees. Visit murraylampert.com and click on Request a Quote to schedule an in-home consultation. Atlanta, the team with the lowest ERA in the National League, in fact in Major League Baseball. Padres with the 4th best ERA in the senior circuit. You combine that with playing at Petco, and I guess we shouldn't be too terribly surprised it's scoreless in the 5th.
No, not at all.
Two teams also near or at the bottom in team batting average in the NL. The Braves 13th at 239. Padres last at 233. Ross takes a strike on the outside corner.
And that was a very good backdoor breaking ball by Corey Lukey.
Fouled back by Ross. David Ross struck out looking back in the second. He's 0 for 1. Just about took the mask of Phillips off.
Ross barely able to get a piece of that.
I hit him on that shoulder.
Yep.
That's why they wear that flap.
Yep. Flap doesn't do a whole lot, but
instead of leaving a big bruise, it leaves a smaller bruise.
Exactly right.
So 1-2. And he strikes out David Ross. 5th K for Lukey, his first since fanning Ross in the second. Freddie Gonzalez, his Braves. We look at the comparison brought to you by the San Diego County Toyota dealers. Well, they're hitting 239, but their own pitching is holding opponents to an average less than that at 230. It's put in the air by Alex Gonzalez to left center field, and Maben under it. 2 down.
Yeah, if you're Freddie Gonzalez and you're sitting on the Atlanta side, you're wondering, when are we going to break out offensively here and start, putting some runs on the board. And coming into today's game, you're probably hoping that last night was that night where you put some things together and put some runs on the board. Ugla had a couple of hits. Hayward, Chipper Jones, guys got some hits. And you come back out here the next day and both sides, but neither side is really doing very much offensively. Pitchers are dominating.
Padres have had the best scoring chance. They loaded the bases with 1 out in the second. Best scoring chance for Atlanta. A double by McLeod and then a walk to Hudson with 1 out in the third. This McLeod again, who has 3 doubles in the last 2 games. 2 last night, 1 tonight. Doubling earlier today to right center. Well, the Braves, like a lot of teams, have dealt with injuries. They've been getting some players back. They'll be getting Tommy Hanson back soon. But one guy they're still missing is Martin Prado, who has a right calf injury, which has now developed a staph infection. So it still looks like it'll be a while before he returns. Different times this season. The Braves have been without McLeod, who's been on the DL with a left oblique strain in late May. Just missing. Jason Hayward, Jair Jurgens, Prado, Hanson have all been on the DL. And the pitch count at 66 for Lukey, and what Black said, we can get him around 60 to 75, so he's in that range now. And he walked him on the 3-2 pitch. Second walk allowed by Lukey, the other coming to Tim Hudson, who will bat now. In the sequence to Hudson his first time up, he took a 2-2 pitch borderline that was close to being strike 3. One is a ball, and he wound up walking. Lupke then fell behind the next hitter, Schaefer. Bud Black came out of the dugout, went to the mound, talked with Lupke, and from that point, he went on to retire 7 in a row until just walking McLeod, that is. Oh, and 2.
Looking out in the Padre bullpen, some stirring going on out there.
Lupke's 70th pitch of the game up high. And Josh Spence going to grab a ball and start to get ready. Ooh, another close pitch. This one on 1-2 to Hudson.
That same look by Corey Lupke. He feels like he's got in the inside corner. That ball's right there. Straighten up and look.
And that baseball bounced into the booth to our right. And Jason McLeod, who works for the Padres, who's holding his young baby, caught it on the deflection. There he is. We rarely ever get a ball in any of these booths up here, and that one took a couple of bounces and went right in there. There's Jason to our right. Now, Jason's always going to remember that. I think for the primary reason is that he has his young infant in his arms, and one bounced right up to him.
Well, he had his baby in one arm, and he snatched it with the other arm.
Jason's still in playing shape, so it's not a big deal for him. 2-2 pitch. And Hudson behind the plate. It's going to go foul into the seats. Kyle Phillips looked up into that high sky like, uh-oh.
Yeah, he didn't see it because Corey Lupke came all the way down from the pitching mound that kind of chased that ball into the stands, but see him take that mask off and try to find that ball. And on a day like today, that's a tough play for the catcher.
Pitch 75 coming from Lupke, which puts it at the top end now of that range set by Bud Black. Got him at the knees. So it looks like Lupke has finished his day, perhaps with his 6th strikeout. Track says, you bet. We're back with the Channel 4 home run inning presented by Harrah's Rincon Casino. If a grand slam is hit this inning, you could earn huge cash. You can enter at 4SD.com. We're at $33,500 today. Padres come up in the 5th in this scoreless game. Phillips in the pitcher spot, 2 up, and Venable. Phillips grounded into a 1-2-3 inning-ending double play in the 2nd. Well, the on-deck circle was vacant for a few moments, but now Clayton Richard has grabbed a bat. The Padres don't have any available left-handed sticks on the bench today. They've got 5 from the right side, with Ludwig getting a day off from the starting lineup. You have the other catcher, Johnson, Gonzalez, Guzman, and Hundley, but all right-handed hitters. So it's looking like Clayton Richard is going to get an opportunity to pinch hit.
He's having a conversation with Buddy Black right now as we speak.
Off the glove of Hudson. Gonzalez fields and still has time to throw him out. 1-6-3 on the put of Phillips, and indeed, here comes Clayton Richard to pinch hit. One for 23 on the season, and I'm sure you are not surprised when I tell you that this is his first pinch hitting appearance of the season.
Nope. Yeah, he was hoping Kyle Phillips could get on so that he could bunt him in the scoring position, and obviously he doesn't want to use his pinch hitters at this juncture in the game, so he's going to send Clayton Richard up there.
And what does he do? Drops one into left center field for a base hit.
And what do we know?
So Clayton Richard gets his 2nd hit of the season, and it's a pinch hit.
How good does Buddy Black look right now?
Golden.
Nice swing, too, by Clayton. Pushing into left center field for a base hit. Big smile on his face. See how take a look and see how the guys coming off the bench, how their faces look, because he made that look easy.
And now he checks on Clayton. Clayton, the guy who's normally doing the picking off, doesn't want to get picked off. Strike to Venable on a curveball. Will has singled and popped out. His base hit came in his last at bat in the 3rd inning, and he singled to right. In the air, short right. Long run for Uggla and Hayward, and it's going to drop. Now Richard had to play it, not knowing if that ball was going to be caught, and he just barely gets down to second on what was a fielder's choice, or what was a forced play, but it turns into a base hit for Venable.
Hayward had a long run after that ball. Venable out in front of that. Puts it high in the air, and Hayward's a long run after it, couldn't get there. See Richard. They're going to beat the play to second base.
So the Padres now with 6 hits. And 2 on, 1 out in the heart of the order up. Jason Bartlett, the shortstop. First pitch slider is strike 1. Low and off the mid of David Ross. So Lukey's day finished after 5 innings, no runs. He allowed only 1 hit. It was a 1-out double in the third to Nate McLeod. Struck out 6, walked 2, and threw right at 75 pitches.
If the Pods could score here, he'd have a chance at getting a W today.
That would be terrific. Hudson retired the leadoff man Phillips. And a Clayton Richard pinch hit base hit. And a Venable single, 2 on 1 out. Bartlett behind it and fouls it away right side into the crowd. Next pitch for Hudson will be his 70th. So both pitchers have been fairly economical in this game, pitch count wise. Padres have 6 hits. They've all been singles. Braves have 1 hit, but it's a double. That's foul past third.
One thing with nobody on, the pace of this game was really quick. But with Hudson here and guys getting on base, boy, the pace slows down, and he's really going to get deliberate and really wants to make sure he makes a quality pitch to give himself a chance to get out of this inning.
Down low, it's a full count. Well, Venable's the trailing runner, but the lead runner is a pitcher, Clayton Richard, so probably not the time to roll the dice and start the runners here.
I don't think so.
Three-two, runners not going, and a wave and a miss, and it looked like Bartlett perhaps chased ball 4 on that slider. Now, Lukey, a very nice day. It will end after 5 innings. Only allowed the 1 hit. And McLeod double, but struck out 6. In fact, struck out the side looking in the first. Schaefer, Hayward, and Jones all went down looking. And Ross a couple of times.
Yeah, he looked really good and was really pitching with confidence, too. Challenging hitters, working ahead. He did a great job. He had one real hiccup. He hit first and second and 1 out, but he was able to get out of it. After a conversation with Buddy Black, he went out to the mound. An impressive 5 innings for Lukey.
His first start of this season and 4th of his big league career. 2 on, 2 outs. Orlando Hudson 0 for 2 today. He can catch up with that 89-mile-per-hour fastball, and he's in the hole 0-2. Ross sets up away, and it's shot foul past third. Pod Squad's having a good weekend, making the plays.
And ricochet well.
And a souvenir. Hudson grounded out in the first and struck out looking in the third. Upstairs with the 90-mile-per-hour fastball. As you mentioned, Tony Hudson very deliberate with the runners on. He brings the 1-2 pitch inside and buckled his knees.
Well, Klaus's kind of shallow in the left and Schaefer kind of shallow in center. So a base hit at either one of those guys is going to be hard for Clayton Richard to score. Hayward's a little deep in right. And if you can get those guys, the ball hit right at them is going to be tough. If you can get them to go to the left or right, you might have a chance to score.
Hudson rolls it to Dave Roberts at first.
Clayton Richard hadn't been out there very often. His secondary lead at second is very good. 2 strikes you can kind of anticipate on the swing, on the hitter's swing. He did a nice job on that last pitch of bouncing off and getting himself going in the right direction to possibly try to score.
Right side, but to his left, Ugla stays on his feet and from the outfield grass throws out O'Dog. So the Padres get a couple of one-out hits, including one from Clayton Richard, but strand both and have now left a half dozen. And Mossy Toyota. Visit us in Pacific Beach or online at mossy.com. Well, lefty Josh Spence is going to pitch in every game in this series.
Get another crack at it. Been impressive the first 2 times out there.
But the, shall we say, pressure builds with each one of these. Little mop-up job the first night, a little more serious last night, and now a scoreless game in the 6th, and he takes over.
Yeah, and Buddy Black showing a lot of confidence in him and bringing him into the game. The top of the lineup coming up. 3 of the 4 hitters are going to be left-handed. He's shown he's not an overpowering guy, but he mixes it up and throws all his pitches for a strike.
You will face the top of the order: Schaefer, Hayward, and Jones. To this point, Spence has set down all 6 big league hitters he has faced over the last 2 games. Jordan Schaefer has struck out looking and fly to center. First pitch strike. So from the fastball to Lutke that was low to mid 90s to the low 80s fastball of Spence. That one a slider that's pulled foul.
I was saying last night, it's got to be hard when you get a guy throwing his fastball in the mid 90s, and now you're getting one that throws it in the mid 80s. And you just got to back it up enough to try to put the ball in play.
And he gets strike 3 on that slider. Look back over the plate, got the high strike.
That's a big break to it. And Schaefer, when there's bend in those legs, you've got no chance to pull the trigger.
Spence faced Hayward as the first big league hitter that he ever faced 2 nights ago and retired him, and he gets ahead with strike 1 here. Today Hayward is struck out looking and fly to left. Right side, the big hop for Orlando Hudson. And on 5 pitches, Spence has retired the first 2 Atlanta hitters in the 6th. Padres are scoreless on 6 hits, all singles. The Braves scoreless on 1 hit, a McLeod double with 1 Atlanta error. Chipper Jones is struck out and grounded to short. Spence tried to backdoor the slider and misses away. Two 2-0. Jones, who won a batting title in 08 with 364, which put him 7 points ahead of Albert Pujols to win the NL batting title. In fact, Chipper had the highest average in the big leagues that year. Sends one high in the air to left center field. Cameron Maben. Josh Spence, the Aussie, has retired all 9 Atlanta hitters he has faced this weekend. San Diego Padres baseball is brought to you by Permadontics, Southern California's premier dental implant center. By Goldman Sachs, for all the reasons you invest, mutual funds from Goldman Sachs. And by Hughes Marino, because where you do business matters. Terrific to have you along on this Sunday afternoon. Mark Neely with Tony Gwynn and our Channel 4 crew. The Padres bat in the bottom of the 6th in a scoreless game. Chase Headley leading off. Lucy Moore, our producer, his last couple of games, and of course our director Tom Satursky, bringing you the sights and sounds from Petco Park. A high fly right center field. One down by Schaefer. That was a 2-0 pitch to Headley, who flies out. We should mention, Tony, that Chipper Jones swung at a 3-0 pitch to fly to center to win the top of the inning.
Yeah, gave him a green light, 3-0. Was out in front of a 3-0 fastball, flied out to center field. And again, both of these staffs are around the plate. You know, they don't waste many pitches, and so you can understand, again, the aggressiveness.
Anthony is flied to left and struck out looking. Fastball high, a ball and a strike. Boy, he is eating him up with that slider in that low inside corner.
That is such a tough pitch, especially from a right-hand pitcher working from the first base side of the rubber. I mean, that arm action just doesn't say slider; it says sinker.
So Rizzo's expecting that ball to actually kind of move back a little bit over the plate.
Right. Like
it does the opposite.
Like the two-seamer that he struck him out on. Was a fastball. He started in off the plate and ran it back, and its slider goes the other way.
Rizzo, who was called out looking his last time up, took a borderline pitch there that goes his way. So Hudson with a 3-2 to the Padre rookie first baseman. He went right back to that slider on Rizzo's knee and strikes him out on what would have been ball 4.
This slider looks like it's going to hit him in the leg. I mean, it's just a quick little slider down and in. Rizzo goes over the top.
Seven strikeouts for Hudson, who did not record a strikeout in the first 2 innings of this game. But Orfia 1 for 2 with a single, and he's reached on a fielder's choice. Foul tip, strike 1. Padres have had the game's best scoring chance. That was loading the bases with 1 out in the second. In fact, the Padres have had at least 1 hit in every inning.
Yeah.
1 hit in the first, second, third, and fourth. 2 hits in the fifth. So here's Hudson now a strike away from his first, technically first 3 down inning. Well, he faced the minimum 3 hitters in the first due to a caught stealing. Fastball just off the outside corner.
For the second time today, you've seen a pitcher throw a pitch and straighten up. Felt like he got the outside corner, didn't get the call.
Slider down and away, 3-2. From 0-2 to 3-2 on Kristen Orfia. And look out. Not sure what Hudson was trying to throw there, but whatever it was, it slipped out of his hand.
I think it was a slider and came out of his hand. And 3-2 pitch, you're not going to see one that's that bad. It just came out of his hand too soon. And Orfia gets the walk, and let's see if he tries to steal a base. He tried to do it the last time he got on after his base hit, but Maven struck out on a 2-2 pitch.
There goes Denorfia. The pitch low. The throw down to second. And Dino in with a head-first slide. Denorfia wastes no time to get into scoring position.
Hudson didn't slide step. He was real deliberate, and Denorfia got a great jump. Again, Ross does all he can do, but Denorfia steals that one on Hudson, and now again, Padres get a guy in scoring position. A little two-out knock right here might give them the lead.
Another King Stallman stolen base. Maven has a single and a strikeout, 1 for 2. A swing and a miss at a breaking ball. There's activity in the Atlanta bullpen. The left-hander George Sherrill on the left and right-hander Scott Proctor on the right. Lays off that outside breaking ball. Maven lays off. 3-1.
Good A-B for Maven here. Hudson's trying to get him to chase something out of the zone, and Maven's not biting so far.
Maven didn't see anything good to hit those last several pitches, and his patience earns him the walk. Back-to-back walks with 2 outs in the Padres' 6th, and it'll send up left-handed hitting catcher Kyle Phillips. But first, we'll get a visit from Roger McDowell, the Braves pitching coach. So back-to-back walks rare for Hudson, who had only 3 walks in his last 28 innings coming in. He's walked 3 now today.
Well, that at bat to Maven, it just looked like he didn't want any part of Cameron Maven, so he wasn't going to give him anything to hit. If he was willing to chase something out of the zone, so be it. Puts him on. Take his chances with Kyle Phillips, and he's handled twice today.
Denorfia and Maven aboard for Phillips, who was induced into a 1-2-3 double play in the second. He was retired 1-6-3 in the 5th. Well, that was just for a single out. Ball 1. Back foul left side by Phillips. The San Diego native from Alpine, Kyle Phillips. Well, thanks to the 2-out walks, the Padres have had at least 1 base runner in every inning in this game. Starts outside, 2-1.
Try to get an idea what Kyle's game plan is here. He's gone away from him twice. Threw him a sinker in the middle of the zone, and it looked like he was trying to use the center of the diamond.
We have the pitcher spot due up, so Ludwig on deck now.
There's that slider that struck Rizzo out on. He's throwing that sinker away, and then he comes in with that slider in under your knuckles. That's a real tough pitch to handle.
103 pitches for Tim Hudson. Down and looking. Back to the fastball, and Phillips not happy with plate umpire Victor Carapazza. Couple of walks. The Padres strand 2, and have now left A in at the knees, and it's still scoreless after 6. Padres and Braves in the rubber game of this 3-game series. Coming up, it is the San Diego Hyundai Dealers 7th inning stretch. Get more MPG, more value, and double the warranty. Shop online at SanDiegoHyundaiDealers.com. Bud Black continues to test Josh Spence with a little more responsibility, and he's going to pitch more than an inning for the first time in his big league career, it appears.
Why not? He's faced 9 hitters. He's got 9 outs.
Cleanup hitter for Atlanta, Freddie Freeman, the first baseman, leads off. Breaking ball, strike 1. Freeman today has grounded to short and fly to center. Back-to-back sliders. It's a ball and a strike. Freeman, Ugla, Ross, the 3 scheduled for Atlanta here in the 7th. Elevates the slider a bit. 1-2.
Yeah, good pitch. Up in the zone. Takes a lot off of it. Freeman out in front.
1-2 pitch. Now Freeman sees 4 sliders and will take a seat. Second strikeout for Spence.
Yeah, another slider. Freeman trying to time it. Can't do it.
Well, Bud left him to lefty Spence to face the lefty Freeman, and now that he's gotten past him, he will go to the bullpen to bring out the right-hander Chad Falls. Listen to the nice hand here for Josh Spence. Nice start to the big league career for the lefty from Australia. Special evening happy hour 7 days a week. The third Padres pitcher of this game is Chad Qualls.
So the numbers 4-3, ERA of 3.08. More hits than innings pitched. And Chad got touched around a little bit the last time he pitched. Yesterday's game, in an inning, gave up 3 runs on 4 hits.
Comes in with the bases empty, 1 out, no score in the Atlanta 7th. And Ugla the batter. He goes around, strike 1. Ugla has flied to center twice and takes outside 1-1. Padres scoreless on 6 hits. Braves scoreless on 1 hit. Swing and a miss by Ugla, taking it to a ball and 2 strikes.
Good sinker right there by Qualls.
Strike 3 on the inside corner. Two down as Qualls fans Ugla.
Like a little inside slider here. Cement mixer really didn't do very much, but enough to get the strikeout.
Brings up the catcher David Ross. Ross has fanned twice. 314 on the year. So keep in mind, especially the later this game gets, Freddie Gonzalez has a big bullet still left, and that's McCann on the bench.
You don't want to be afraid to use it either. But again, Braves only have 1 hit, so they've had 1 opportunity, and Corey Lukey shut that down with getting 2 outs with first and second and 1 out. He was able to get 2 outs to get out of the inning. And other than that, the Braves have not had another opportunity, where the Padres, on the other hand, have had some opportunities to get a hit, to get a lead. Tim Hudson has shut that down, and so pitchers have dominated thus far.
That's outside. Two and two on me. David Ross. The base is empty here in the Atlanta 7th. 3 strikeouts in the inning, 1 from Spence and 2 from Qualls. It has been an afternoon of pitching at Petco. Time to stretch. Atlanta and the Padres are scoreless. work on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. A scoreless game. Brave starter Tim Hudson finished after 6 innings. And the Braves bring in a left-hander, Eric O'Flaherty.
You see the numbers, 1 and 2. Good ERA, good opponent's batting average. O'Flaherty pitched last night, won an inning, gave up a hit.
Hudson with 6 scoreless innings, 6 hits, 3 walks, 8 Ks. Hudson threw 103 pitches. It's the first time he's gone over 100 pitches since May 15th against the Phillies when he threw 107. He's gone 6 consecutive starts without throwing 100 pitches. The Padres come up in the home half of the 7th. Pitcher spot due up. And Jesus Guzman will pinch hit. See the 1 home run for Guzman, which was his first major league home run. It came on Friday in a pinch hitting role.
Just like in his pinch hit appearance, he swung at the first pitch, hit it out of the park, and took a shot again at the first pitch. This time got a slider instead of a fastball.
Guzman, then Venable and Bartlett in the San Diego 7th. No runs for the Padres on 6 hits, no runs, 1 Atlanta hit. Fouled away right side, 1 and 2. Atlanta into their bullpen, and they have been very good this year. In fact, the Atlanta bullpen has the lowest ERA in baseball at 2.58. But that's stroked into left field and bouncing to the corner. Guzman headed for second. He'll be standing there with a pinch hit leadoff double.
Nice at bat by Guzman. Take a look and see. Fastball down and in. He's right on it. Lines it in the corner. Well, couldn't get to that ball to cut it off, and so Guzman finds himself in scoring position. Let's see how the Padres play this.
Well, they're in at the infield corners for Venable, who has singled twice, but in a lefty-lefty matchup, you expect Will to bunt here, and that's going to be the case, and he fouls it.
A little bit past the trademark, and Flaherty ran that ball in on him a little bit, and that's one of those that can pinch your fingers if you're not careful.
Will has 1 successful sac bunt in the big leagues this year. I think he pulled it back in time. 1 and 1.
This play, like we talked about a little bit last night. Corners are in. You want Chipper Jones to field this ball.
Outside, 2-1 the count.
Ready for you, and the first baseman's crashing hard. Well, Flaherty's going to try to get to the third base line to get something and maybe have a play at third. No. I'm sorry, no. That was not a strike.
Looked a little low?
It looked a little low.
Below the knees.
Yeah, you see Venable, he's ready to flex in order to try to bunt that ball, but that ball is down, and he thought it was down and decided to take it.
Swinging away with 2 strikes.
You see now Venable's battling. He's trying to get something to pull to the right side, but at this point, 2 strikes. Bottom line is just try to put the ball in play somewhere. He's way up on that bat, choking up, trying his best to get something to hit to the right side. Flaherty knows that and is going to try to counter.
And he hit Venable. He just tried to bust him in with a fastball.
Try to run it in on him. Knowing he was going to try to pull something, was going to try to run that fastball in on his hands, and it gets away from him, hits him right on the forearm.
Just above that right elbow.
Above the elbow. So now you get another runner on, but the situation really doesn't change very much. You want to try to get those guys in scoring position.
And Bartlett lays it down, a look at third, but the play for Ross is at first with Uglett covering. And Bartlett, his 5th sack bunt of the season. That leads the club. Actually ties in with the pitcher Mosley for most sack bunts.
Just can't do it any better. Perfect bunt. See, they're crashing. Ross looks at third, but only has 1 play really, and that's to go to first. And so now, you get a conversation now between Roger McDowell and Flaherty. What do you want to do? You got Orlando Hudson here, batting right-handed, and you're going to pitch to him. You want to put him on. What kind of success have you had against him? You put him on, you bring Chase Headley up to bat from the right side, put the double play back in order. And so you got some options. You got some things that you can do here in this situation. And so let's take a look and see what the Braves decide to do here.
So Bartlett with the sacrifice bunt.
Again, nice job. Just deadens that ball, puts it right in front of the plate.
Boy, Ross got crossed up there. Was he expecting something other than the fastball, or just get the glove?
I think he was expecting something other than a fastball. They got a fastball and he got handcuffed, and luckily for them, it didn't get away far enough for the runner to try to score.
Runners at second and third, 1 out, no score in the Padres' 7th. Hudson 0 for 3 today. Up high, 2-0. He has been better from the right side, at least average-wise. 275 right-handed, 227 left-handed.
And this could be the unintentional intentional walk here, because he's way out of the zone here. 2-0. Hudson's ahead in the count. Could really zone in and look for something.
It's Orlando to go after the slider. And Hudley on deck. He's only grounded into 3 double plays this year. Orlando tried to hold up but could not, and it's 2-2. But as you said, it looks like O'Flaherty's intent on not giving him a strike.
Well, now he's even the count up now, and so now you can go for the punch out here and try to get him to chase something out of the zone.
And indeed, that's what happens. Hudson fans on the slider for the 2nd out of the inning.
Other than the 2-0 pitch, none of these are strikes. And that's a 2-2 pitch. That's not a strike, and if he chases, okay, so be it. If not, okay, 3-2. You can still end up walking him, and now they're going to walk Chase Headley and go after the rookie Rizzo.
So the switch hitter Headley being intentionally passed, and left-handed hitting Anthony Rizzo will be facing the lefty O'Flaherty. But the Padres have Ryan Ludwig available on their bench.
So now the chess match starts. Pinch hit for Rizzo. Send up Ludwig.
So they're loaded with 2 outs, and Ryan Ludwig will bat for Anthony Rizzo. And now the chess match will continue with Freddie Gonzalez coming out of the Braves dugout. Like Linebrink, a right-hander, will come out for Atlanta to pitch to Ludwig. At the park, where you can enjoy quality, fresh Mexican food and a wonderful evening happy hour 7 days a week. In for Atlanta, one-time Padres Scott Linebrink.
See the good numbers. 1-1, 3.45 ERA. Pitched an inning last night. Had 1 strikeout. Linebrink still power pitcher coming out of the bullpen. Fastball in the mid-90s. Slider. Split finger.
Padres have not done well with the bases loaded this year. Have only 1 extra base hit in 58 at bats with the bases loaded this season.
Boy, you'd like to see an extra base hit, but you know I'm not going to be greedy here.
Yeah.
Walk, anything that gets a run in plays here. So
Ludwig batting for Rizzo. Bases loaded, 2 outs in a scoreless game in the 7th, and ball 1 from Linebrink. Ludwig to short, and Gonzalez makes the flip to second, and the Padres leave him loaded. San Diego has now stranded 11. With your friends, family, or co-workers, suites can be customized to fit your group's needs and include multiple seating options, food and beverage packages, and much more. Visit Padres.com/suites for all the details. Mike Adams takes over on the hill for San Diego.
You talk about a guy having a great year so far. 2-1, good ERA, 1.35, only 4 walks. Opponent's only hitting a .147, 36 punch-outs. Let's come into games. This is his 34th game, and 28 of them he's worked a scoreless inning. So Mike Adams has been outstanding out of the bullpen. This might be one of those games where maybe he goes more than an inning.
Well, nothing but goose eggs in the run column on both sides as we go to the 8th. Shortstop Alex Gonzalez leads off. It's the bottom 3 for Atlanta. Jesus Guzman stays in the game and takes over at first base. Padres have had opportunities. They have 7 of the game's 8 hits and have stranded 11 of the game's 14 base runners. I hope that doesn't come back to haunt them.
Yeah, you know, right now, you know that's what they're thinking. We've had opportunities here.
Gonzalez has fly to right and fly to center. So why not fly to left? Catch by Denorfia. Gonzalez has flied out one time to each of the outfielders. The only Atlanta hit belongs to the left fielder Nate McLouth, who doubled to right center in the 3rd and walked in the 5th. Headley with a foot on the grass at 3rd. Now comes all the way in on the grass. Ball 1 pops out of the mid of Phillips. Every game of this series, each team has a 9-run win. Padres won 11-2 Friday night. Braves won here last night 10-1. The pitcher spot due up next for Atlanta. So Eric Hinsky is coming to the on-deck circle.
We talked about how good both teams' bullpen was, and that's what it's going to come down to, a battle of bullpens.
And as good as both these bullpens are, hunker down.
Yeah,
it could be a while.
Could be a while.
Hold foul, 2-1.
Well, 2-0 there. He didn't give in. He threw him a 2-0 slider. Wow, trying to be aggressive. Like it kind of got in his kitchen a little bit.
Padre pitching has 10 strikeouts in this game. There were 6 from the starter Lupke. Spence and Qualls each with 2. This is the first inning of work for Mike Adams. 2-2. Adams backdooring the slider. Laid off a low Adams slider, 3-2.
Adams stuff is just so good. It's hard to lay off. I don't see how they can lay off anything. That backdoor slider threw him a 2-1 backdoor slider. Came back with a slider that was down. But you know, Adams stuff is electric.
That'll lead play left side. Adams retired Alex Gonzalez on a fly ball to left, and now a full count on McLeod with a pinch hitter waiting next in Hinsky. Three-two pitch. Ooh. We were all waiting on that one. You know, the plate umpire, Victor Carapaz, has a little bit of a delay anyway on those strike three calls, and everyone held their breath, but it's called ball four.
Watch McLeod. He thinks that's strike three. And he's ready to go to the dugout. He doesn't hear anything. Hey, I'm going to go to first.
Oh. Well, McLeod on base for a third time. 2 walks and a double. Hinsky to bat for the pitcher, Linebrink. McLeod can run. 2 steals this year, and he has been caught twice. Hinsky in just his second season as a Brave, but he's tied for 5th in franchise history with 5 pinch hit home runs. Adams' throw brought Guzman off the bag. Hinsky 6 for 24 as a pinch hitter this year with 2 pinch hit home runs. Strike call. No score in the top of the 8th. Atlanta with 1 on, 1 out. Fouled away by Hinsky. Eric Hinsky, the 2002 American League Rookie of the Year with Toronto. In fact, this may sound odd, but for a few years, if you wanted to go to the World Series, you had Eric Hinsky on your roster. He went 3 straight years with 3 different teams. With Boston in 07 and was a winner. Lost in 08 with Tampa Bay, and then won in 09 with the Yankees. Adams has him in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Even though this game has remained scoreless, Tony, the pace has slowed down as we've seen each side staff become very deliberate.
Yeah, and really concentrated because they know a run could decide this game. Tim Hudson, when he got into trouble, he really slowed the pace down, and you know what? He did a great job. He made some really good pitches when he needed to get himself out of trouble. No different here with the bullpen guys. Second and third, 1 out. The Braves worked their way, Flaherty and Linebrink worked their way out of trouble.
Well, they pitch out and nothing doing.
And now with McLeod on first base, they feel like he's a threat to go, and so the pace again has slowed down. They're going to try to hold him close over there at first base.
Well, if he's going to go, this would seem to be the pitch after the pitch out. Does not have a very big lead. And Adams steps off and looks over. Can they turn two? Hudson fumbles. They get the lead man, and that will be it. Well, it looked like a routine double play ball. Results in just one out, and the inning will continue.
Yep. One hopper at Orlando Hudson, and doesn't come up with it cleanly, so they get the lead man at second. That prolongs the inning.
And it gives the top of the order a chance for the Braves. Center fielder Jordan Schaefer. Schaefer 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts and his fly to center. And he ropes one to right center field. Over goes Venable to cut it off, and Hinsky going to be waved around third, and Will score. Well, Will got there, but then couldn't complete that play, and Atlanta breaks the scoreless tie here in the 8th.
Will Venable upset at himself. He was able to cut this ball off. Looked like a fastball in the middle of the plate. It ran back, and Schaefer puts a good swing on it. And see, Venable cuts this ball off, but then drops it as he tries to transfer the ball from his glove to his hand. And Hinsky able to come all the way around and score.
It is a double and an error on Venable. It's the second error of the year. They do give the benefit of the doubt scoring wise in giving an RBI to Schaefer. His 5th of the season. Well, Schaefer runs well. Hinsky really does not.
Right.
And if Will's able to hang on there, it's second and third with 2 outs. And still a scoreless game. That is just the second hit of this game for Atlanta. They've both been doubles. Well, Padres have 7 hits. One of them is a double. The last one they picked up was a pinch hit double from Guzman. Pickoff attempt at third. And Schaefer crawls back safely.
It looked like Schaefer barely got back in there. He was scuffling, trying to get back to the bag. He does. He barely gets back in there.
He almost dove in a little too early. Meaning that he almost didn't make it to the bag.
Yeah.
1-2 to Jason Hayward. Did he? Yeah. Third base umpire Kerwin Danley rings him up. But Atlanta gets an unearned run on 1 hit and leave a man. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's now 1-0 Atlanta. Phillips now 1-0 Atlanta, and out of the Braves bullpen for a league-leading 44-time Johnny Venters.
You see his numbers are outstanding too. Good ERA, opponents hitting $1.51. And he's like a left-handed version of Mike Adams, really.
And appropriately throws strike one. Denorfia has singled and walked his last 2 times up. He is 1 for 2 today.
Victor's real good velocity, and it's, you see him throw that sinker with the real good velocity. That'd be like a heavy ball for the hitter to try to hit.
Check swing by Denorfia outside, and it's 3-1. Foul at the plate, runs it full. The 9 spot due up 4th in this inning. That spot now occupied by Guzman playing first, so it's not the pitcher spot. 3-2 is low, and Denorfia reaches base for a 3rd consecutive time. You got to bunt him over here, don't you?
I would think so. You would think he would.
Maven is singled, struck out, and walked.
Venters trying to get Maven to declare what he's going to do, and Maven didn't bite on the pickoff move.
He takes a strike. And even though it's not the pitcher due up in the 4th spot, you have the catcher Phillips due up next, and Johnson is in the on-deck circle.
It looked like Maven's going to bunt, so.
Looks like Rob Johnson will bat next. No bunting in this situation for Maven. It's 0-2. And a little tap that'll serve just as well as a bunt, and he beat it out. Well, Venters just took too much time. And Maven with an infield hit, and it's 2 on, nobody out. Now, it looked like Venters and Ross were deciding who was going to pick that ball up, but it was the pitcher, and just took too long.
Yeah. Maven. Great speed down the line. It turns out to be a swinging bunt. Venters gets it. And you see Maven clearly beats it. Fielded it clean, just took a little too much time fielding it, and Maven beats it out.
Really not that close.
No. So let's see how the Padres play this now.
Rob Johnson will pinch hit. And Kyle Phillips will pinch hit a righty for the left-handed hitting catcher Phillips. And now looking to bunt. And Johnson gets it down. Venters looked at third. There wasn't anybody there. And just barely nipped Johnson at the bag.
Well, Almost had the same situation there where perfect bunt down the third base line.
Well, should he have known that Chipper wasn't covering third
Well,
on the shortstop?
He took a shot. Chipper thought that maybe he had a chance to go to third. And you see, he looked up at third base, saw Chipper there, and decided, I got to go to first, and almost took too much time.
So they'll walk Guzman to bring up the lefty Venable. Second sack bunt of the year for Rob Johnson. Well, the Padres have had the better of the scoring chances. The only Brave run unearned in the top of this inning scored on an error by Venable, and he's got a shot to redeem himself right here.
And you just know sooner or later somebody's going to get that big hit. I mean, they've had plenty of opportunities in this game. And even this situation here, you get a chance of scoring a run without having to get a base hit to tie the game.
And Will has reached base safely his last 3 times up. 2 singles and a hit by pitch. And he chases a slider, strike 1. Two walks, one of them intentional. An infield hit. He's loaded the bases with 1 out. And that's a safety squeeze, but it's right back to the pitcher. Not sure what was going on right there.
I don't either. I kind of think maybe Will did that on his own.
And he popped it up right back to the pitcher.
I don't think that was called. I would see Denorfia at third base looked a little surprised by it too.
So 2 outs for Bartlett. He's 1 for 3 with a sac bunt today. Off the pitcher. This could be trouble. It's tied. Bartlett back to the mound off the mid of Venters, and Gonzalez couldn't barehand it. It's tied up.
And they catch and break. It goes off of Venters' glove, and it was going to be a tough play for Gonzalez. And you can see as he comes down to barehand this ball, he's not looking at first base. He's looking at third base. And the Padres tie it up.
21st RBI of the season for Bartlett. There's Orlando Hudson with the bases loaded, 2 outs. Denorfia scoring on that play. Up to middle, into center. Maven scores. Here comes the second run, and safe. The ball gets off the glove of Ross. Guzman scores the second run, and the Padres lead for the first time today. It's 3-1.
You just knew sooner or later somebody was going to get a base hit. Hudson had an opportunity the last time he was up and struck out, and that ball banged right back up the middle for a base hit. Schaefer does a nice job, makes a strong throw, and Ross is unable to come up with the throw. Otherwise, they have Guzman at the plate.
Yeah, you're right. If he hangs on to the baseball, he's out at home. Headley fouls it off, so the Padres have scored 3 times here in the 8th.
So instead of a 2-run game, it would have been a 1-run game. And so that's a huge play at the plate. Padres getting that 3rd run.
And a block by Ross. Well, Heath Bell, I don't think he's pitched since like the Reagan administration. It's been a while. Ball outside. Padre pinch hitters today. 2 for 2 with a sac bunt, getting it done off the bench. Sprayed foul right side.
What a way for this inning to turn around. I mean, Venable looking like he put down, he was trying to safety squeeze on his own. And with 2 outs, they end up scoring 3 runs. And so I wonder if that question will even be asked now if they could hold on to win this game.
Little bloop into center. Bartlett comes in. Headley, his 29th RBI. 4-1 San Diego.
Nothing special. Fastball, just fights it off into center field. See him cut his hands inside to get the barrel to it and fights it off into center field for a base hit.
They have a right-hander, Proctor, ready, and Freddie Gonzalez out of the Braves bullpen. Pitcher spot due up for the Padres in the 5 slot now. And they're going to pinch it with Gonzalez, but he will face Proctor. A pitching change, and we'll come back after this. Padres have scored 4 runs here in the bottom of the 8th, all with 2 outs. Ninth man to bat in the inning, the pinch hitter Alberto Gonzalez, and new hurler Scott Proctor.
Yeah, Scott Proctor, good numbers. 1-1. Power fastball, power curveball.
But how unlikely to score 4, and he's still responsible for a couple on base, though, off Venters, who's been so good.
Just not what you expected, and especially after the failed bunt attempt. It just didn't look good for the Pods, but they turned it into 4 runs.
Venters came into this outing having allowed 3 earned runs for the entire season. and 4 runs total, and he's given up 4 here in this 8th inning. Now the strikeout of Gonzalez ends the frame, but the Padres send 9 men to the plate. Bartlett had a huge hit, driving in 2. O'Dog a big one, a play at the plate. And we'll go to the night with Heath looking for the save and a 3-run lead. Top of the 9th inning. And Heath Bell, 19 of 20 in save opportunities this year.
See the numbers coming in to try to close the door.
He should be well rested. He hasn't pitched in 5 days. That was at Boston. And prior to that, didn't pitch at all in the series in Minnesota, just once at Fenway, and had not pitched in this series at all until this appearance.
When he jogged in from the bullpen, it seemed like there was an extra burst of energy because he hadn't been in there in a while. And sure, he's excited about getting an opportunity to close this game out.
New battery with Rob Johnson. Jones leading off. Check swing, strike 1. This was a scoreless game through 7. Atlanta an unearned run in the 8th. The Padres 4 in the bottom of the 8th. Two for 7 lifetime against Heath Bell is Chipper.
Very respectable. Gets one of the best closers in baseball.
Padres trying to take the rubber game of this series, which in reality is the rubber game of the season series as well, because each team has won 5 against the other, and this is the final meeting of the season. That's popped up. Orlando Hudson makes the catch. 1 gone in the 9th. Correct myself, each team has won 4. This is a rare second trip to San Diego this year for Atlanta. Each team had won 2 of 3 on the other's home field, but the Padres look to snap that string right here. Here's Freddie Freeman. Fanned his last time, and he's 0 for 3. If the Padres can hang on, it would be their 4th win in their last 5 games. And those games against teams have a real good shot for the postseason. Yep. Boston and Atlanta.
Yep. And again, today's you feel good because they had so many opportunities to put runs on the board and came up short.
By the way, the Red Sox did win today at Pittsburgh. They were in danger of getting swept by the Pirates, but Boston won today 4-2 to end their 4-game losing skid, which began with them losing the last 2 of the series to the Padres. And on the other end of the type of game we've had today, by the way, Tampa Bay beat Houston 14-10 at Houston. Up high, 3-1.
You know, I wanted to check to see if you said last night that Terry Francona talked about playing Adrian in left field. I wanted to check my box score to see if he did. No, he played first base today.
So they haven't employed him in the outfield yet. That's foul and a 3-2 count. They've got 2 more series against the National League. The Red Sox are going to take on the Phillies next in interleague play at Philadelphia. Well, the pundits are going to be calling that a possible World Series preview, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure.
3-2 to Freeman. Went up after it, pops it up shallow left, and out goes Bartlett. And the Padres shortstop has the second out. San Diego 1 out away from taking the rubber game of this series.
Even though Bell hadn't been out there in a while, he looked sharp. Good life on the fastball.
Paid crowd on this Sunday of 24,048, and many rise to their feet. Uggla has very good career numbers against Heath and fouls the first pitch back. Uggla fly to center his first 2 times. Struck out looking his last. Corey Lukey will get it no decision, but he's a big story in this game with 5 scoreless innings. Just foul past third, and the Braves, oh, nice. Brought your glove.
Nice play.
That's a good way to finish his day.
Ball hit hard down the line and stuck his glove down there and came up with it.
There you go, young man.
He's got his camouflage jersey on and everything.
That's why I had trouble seeing him. Uggla was not going to go that far up the ladder on a 94-mile-per-hour fastball. Well, tomorrow it's the Kansas City Royals for the first of 3 here at Petco. We're on the air at 6:30 with the Honda Dealer pregame show. And former Rocky Jeff Francis will be on the hill for the Royals against Manny Latos. Padres have out-hit the Braves today 11-2. And the Padres have stranded 13 men on base.
Again, all that goes for naught if you can close the door and get a W today. We'll turn the page on all of this today.
Fewest hits the Padres have allowed in a game is 4. They've done that 4 times. Last time was just a couple of nights ago against Atlanta. High in the air, third base side. Headley and Bartlett at foul ground, and it's Bartlett who calls him off to make the catch. A perfect night for Heath Bell, who logs his 20th save, and the Padres do indeed take the rubber game of the series, winning it 4-1. A 4-run rally with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th from San Diego. And the Padres take the season series from Atlanta for the first time since 2005. We'll take a timeout, come back, wrap it up after this.